As you know, I am from Softhouse, where I work as an agile coach. I had not originally planned to speak here today, but I found out I had a presentation that I prepared for a lean convention a couple of months back, and we were one speaker short, so I said, what the hell? Why not? Oh, okay, seriously, it's quite hard to get me to not speak if I get the chance. However, what I want to do with this presentation is more give a little bit of inspiration on, especially I think to the ones of you out there who have a managing role, who are leading people as part of your daily work, on what the benefits can be when you adapt a more agile mindset in management. We've heard a lot about the numbers and the methods. So to round it off, before we eat, I thought I would try to inspire some. Now, I'm a coach, as I said, so I'm going to do a very coachy thing right now. I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes. Most people are doing it, not bad. Now I want you to imagine that you are sitting behind the wheels of your dream car. You have a full tank of gas, or a fully charged battery if you're into that kind of thing. And you have an urgent meeting to go to across town. And you know it's going to be tight, but you're a good driver, and you know you can make it. Except the traffic, well, the traffic is like traffic is in Stockholm, only worse. There is construction work everywhere, so you have no idea if the roads that you usually take is actually going to get you where you want to be. And to make things more interesting, your phone is ringing. It's the people you're meeting with, and they're wondering if you can be there in half an hour instead of an hour. You can look up now. Now, this situation, this traffic jam, is very much the situation that we all deal with in running projects, maintenance, development in enterprise situations. We work in a complex environment where governance, stakeholders, dependencies, and mix of technology makes it extremely hard to move forward in the velocity that we know that we and our teams are capable of. Now, I used to be a project manager. I used to work quite a lot in the automotive industry. So like many of you, I am quite familiar with autonomous vehicles. We saw a little bit about that introduction from Scania. And once we get past the hype of autonomous vehicles, about Google's self-driving cars and the talk about Tesla's autopilot, then really what autonomous vehicles are really vehicles where expert systems can help the driver to avoid risk by alerting them to danger and also making some decisions for them. And as a leader working with expert people, I have to ask myself, can the same thought be applied to our teams? Can we reduce the risk in the projects and commitments we work on by allowing our teams to make more of the decisions? And I believe they can. A great deal of decisions that management has to make are really decisions that we do not have the skill set to actually make. We usually end up simply rubber stamping the recommendations of the experts that we have in our teams. And if we have the experts in our teams, why should we become a bottleneck that stops them from making the right decisions? If we have nothing to add to the decision, we should just let the decision be made by those who are most suitable to make good decisions. To me, because I know that this is a difficult concept for traditional managers, the big change came when I realized that I was doing too much. I used to be a project manager, and I would like to say that I was bloody good at my job. I was the classic superhero project manager, the guy who had all the answers. You could go to him with anything. I would have all the information about everything in the project. And we usually delivered quite well for being waterfall projects. But I was also putting a lot of risk on a single person who was the only one who could make the decisions. I was building a single point of failure into myself. And I also realized, as I think a lot of you have started moving from traditional command and control management towards a more agile way, that it was getting quite straining. You see, leaders can handle most risks and most tasks if they're good leaders. Just like a good driver can handle just about any traffic situation, assuming the car is well built and well maintained. However, we can't always do it when we're sick. We can't always do it when we're working overtime for several weeks in a row, just doing our jobs. We can't do it when members of our family is sick and we want to focus on taking care of them, not approving the time cards or rubber stamping the proper technical solution, which we know all along that we don't really have anything to contribute to. And this made me realize that it was better to just work in according to a way where the teams I worked with had the autonomy, had the right and the skills to make the best decisions available. I would still support them, and I would still be responsible for the outcome of the decisions made. But I moved myself away from the decisions and told the teams, I will support you. I will trust that you make the right decisions within your field of expertise. And it was scary, but it worked. The team kept surprising me, and in hindsight, I shouldn't have been surprised, because being a good leader, one of my skills were in fact to pick out good people and to coach them and to make them feel comfortable with doing their job and taking some risks. I guess what I'm trying to say is that we have all gotten accustomed to the idea that specialist systems can assist our driving. We use collision detection systems in order to help us spot risks that we, while traveling at a high speed, does not have the ability to detect properly. We use traction control systems because specialized computers are better able to notice and respond when we are starting to run the risk to lose control of our vehicles. We use anti-lock brake systems because in an emergency, we are not capable of frequently applying the right technique to stop a vehicle as efficiently as possible. And just like that, we can trust in people too. We can let the smartest, most skilled people in our team make the decisions, and it will be okay. And just like we saw in the Scania video, this does not mean that we never drive. In some situations, even in the most agile organizations, quick action will be needed, and leaders will need to step up and take decisions, because in some situations, not taking a decision or waiting too long to take the decision can be the worst decision you possibly make. In many situations we find ourselves in, any decision will still be better than no decision. At least if we choose the wrong one, we can fail early, fail forward. Other agile cheers. I want to leave you with the message that things are not going to get any less complex in the future. Traffic is not going to get any better. And all that construction work is really not going to clear up the roads. Despite all the tools, despite all the faster, more powerful vehicles we build, it will still be a nightmare to navigate to what we are doing. But we shouldn't worry, because we have the skills, we have the experts, we have the people that can help us as leaders to navigate through this mess. All we have to do is trust them. All we have to do is sit back and drive. Thank you.